Vision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
That's right, Cortex, it's Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy time again. What's going on, guys? Sonic Ride 9 here. Welcome to another playthrough of sorts. Even though I'm sort of in the middle of other playthroughs, but I've kind of sort of put them on hold because, yeah, it's all come down to sort of my mood. I've sort of lost interest in playing some Bits and Spyro and Bubsy at the moment, so instead, we're going back to Crash for the time being. And now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start things off with a little Crash Bandicoot 2. We've done the first game, so we might as well start the sequel. So let's go. As soon as this opening cutscene pops up. Oh yeah. Alright. Here we go.
Crystals, of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Crash! Dad! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
And away we go. So, welcome to Crash Bandicoot 2, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are playing this with the N Sane Trilogy version because I've already done a playthrough of Crash 2 on my channel. If you guys want to, check it out. I played the original version in that playthrough. And so, I figured why not, let's play through the game again, this time through the N Sane Trilogy. Woo! We just got taken to a mystical place known as the Warp Room. And here we are. And what is this?
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
And here we are. Here we are in the Warp Room. Now, the Warp Room is basically a glorified hub in which you can access all of the levels that are currently available on this current floor of the place. And this is the replacement for the map screen that we had in Crash Bandicoot 1. So in this floor we've got Turtle Woods, Snow Go, Hang 8, the Pits, and Crash Dash. And here is one of the big changes. Unlike the original, where would normally be where the save point is, this is actually where the boss portal is. So yeah, they've kind of changed it, and if you want to save the game, you just hit the L2 button, and bada bing, bada boom, you can save your game. I already have 100% save file because I am that big of a fan of Crash, and so I kind of decided to do a 100% playthrough in my own spare time. Anyway, Turtle Woods. Let's do this thing. Anyway, in terms of this playthrough, I'm not sure if I'm going to plan to make this a 100% playthrough, but I am going to at least try and get most of the gems, if I can. Anyway, we're going to start things off by actually trying to get one of the special gems, one of the coloured gems, which, thankfully, unlike Crash Bandicoot 1, where you sort of had to destroy all the boxes without dying, essentially, this time around, coloured gems are kind of like, well, collectible objects that you can find hidden within a level, which is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of, I kind of prefer it to how Crash 1 handled coloured gems, where all you needed to do in that game was to just break all the boxes in a specific level without dying. Anyway, let's keep going on. So for this first one, for this first coloured gem, which I believe is the blue gem, you need to basically play through this whole level. You can pick up this crystal, which we'll talk about in a second, and basically get to the end of the level without breaking a single box, which, as you can see, we have collected. And now what I'm actually going to do is kill myself. The reason being is I want to try and get all of the... I want to try and avoid backtracking as much as possible in terms of getting these collectibles, so, you know, why not? Anyway, now we're going to play for this level normally by getting all the boxes, because these first few levels are quite easy to get all the collectibles in, so why not? Anyway, like Cortex mentioned as we was in the warp room, the main collectibles in this game are power crystals. These are the main collectibles that we need to pick up in every single level in order to complete the game, and in a way defeat Cortex. There are one of these in each level, and usually you can spot them in the middle of the level, and it's kind of difficult to sort of miss them because, well, they're sort of there, right in front of you, shining at you in that glorious purple colour, and, you know. Ostriches! Woo! If you were to just stand on those ostriches' backs, those ostriches would be low enough to the point where you wouldn't even be able to get onto that top platform to get all the boxes. And obviously you need to get all the boxes if you want to get the gems, so we might as well do this the good way. Checkpoint! Just like in Crash 1, checkpoints are there in case you die, and you can return to a point in the level without having to start from the beginning of the level again, which is very nice. Anyway, lives are aplenty. We're going to try and get as many of those lives as possible. I will admit, I think Crash 2 isn't as difficult as Crash 1. Like, you know, honestly, between this and the original Crash 1, I'd rather play Crash 2. It's just that much better of a game, in my opinion. Platforming wise, anyway. And, woo! Yeah, and this is what happens if you fall down the pit. You have to defeat these little mole creatures. Anyway, if you bounce on this turtle, oh look, there's a crate that's hidden and obscured from view. It's one of those really tricky crates that you need to be careful because you could easily miss it. Damn it. I wanted to cheese the level, but whatever. And out I go. And we should have the other gem. Huzzah! So usually the clear gems are usually the box gem, basically. And yeah, you get these from breaking every box and level. Really, Crash? That's how you store your gems and crystals in your mouth and in your ears and up your butt? Ah yes, and of course we have the glorious Crash dance completely remade in HD. Oh, it's so glorious. I love it.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? Are you there, Crash?
Yes, and I also forgot to mention, Crash 2 was the first game that introduced the world to Coco, Crash's little sister, as sort of a replacement character to Torna, who doesn't return in Crash 2. Yeah, she got replaced by Coco because I believe, I could be wrong in saying this, but I believe she got replaced because parents complained that Torna's design was too sexual, and so Naughty Dog had to change it. So instead of a hot, attractive Bandicoot girlfriend, we get a small, not attractive Bandicoot sister. Joy. Anyway, here we are in the world of Snow Go, an ice level, and you want to be careful here because there are two types of traps here. We've got these kind, which constantly go no matter what, and then you've got the what I like to call the pressure kind of traps, where they only activate when you get underneath them. So yeah, you want to be careful because you can very easily get crushed by those crushers. Alrighty, and we just beat another bonus. Huzzah! I also forgot to mention that this is the first game that introduces the world to the idea of nitro crates. Word of advice, don't touch them. Just don't touch them. They're like TNT crates, but unlike TNT crates, which count down if you jump on them until they explode, nitro crates just blow up either way if you touch them. So yeah, don't touch them unless you want to lose your life. Get away, penguin. Boing. And just like Crash 1, if you get 3 Aku Aku masks, you get temporary invincibility, which is sick! One, 2, 3, 4, 5! And another gem. Now there is actually a second gem in this level, which I'm sure you guys remember when I did my original playthrough of Crash 2. I actually did get that gem quite early on through a glitch. However, the N Sane Trilogy kinda sorta fixes that glitch, so now you've got to do it the legit way, which I will explain later on when we actually get around to doing the legit way to get the red gem. Anyway, cutscene.
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals, yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Ah, yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Embryo, who, if you guys remember, was actually Cortex's original assistant back in Crash 1. And he kind of got replaced by another scientist, which you guys did see in the opening cutscene, which he's a fan favourite character. And again, I'll probably explain when we actually face against him, because he is a boss. Anyway, here we have another level, which I'm going to be as quick as I can, because this is a level which requires you to beat that time limit on the bottom left. And I probably failed because I took too long at the start. But you basically need to beat that time limit on the bottom right in order to get, I believe, it's another clear gem. Get that crystal later. For now, I'm going to speedrun the heck out of this level, because I like to speedrun. Woo! Alright. And there we go, we got a gem. Now, we must do what we did in the first level and kill ourselves. Because I hate my life. Anyway, just kidding. Anyway, now to do the level the legit way. Again. Woo! So yeah, that technique that you see me doing right there is the slide spin jump. Which, again, I forgot to mention, Crash has new moves in this game. One of which is the slide maneuver. You basically press the circle button if you're playing on PlayStation, or I would imagine it's the B button for Xbox and the A button for the Nintendo Switch. And, you know, whatever the PC version of the controller that you're using is for that version. But basically, you press the circle button while moving, and you can perform a slide. If you hold the circle button down, you can perform a crawl. And with the crawl, you can but crawl under tight spaces that you wouldn't normally be able to get under if you was just running. It is very handy. But one of my favourite manoeuvres that you can do in this game is the slide jump, in which you can gain speed through the air and gain a little bit of extra height, which is very, very useful. Anyway, as you saw right there, this is a gem route thing, where basically, since I got the blue gem from the first level, I can access a hidden alternate route, which gives me more boxes for me to break so that I can actually get the box gem. Woo! And this is actually one of the new Crash Bandicoot vehicles that Crash can use. The jet... well, it's not a jet ski, it's the... I guess it's a jet board, I suppose. Anyway, we need to hit this box, because there are some wireframe boxes that prevent you from actually hitting them until you hit the switch box. And in doing so, we can now break all the crates. Huzzah! Woo! I want to avoid the nitros. Hit this. That breaks all the nitro crates in the level. And we can now head back onto the normal route. Like a boss, as they say. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is the crystal. You want to pick it up, because that's the main collectible. Checkpoint. Alright. Whoo! Whee! Out of the way of the mines. Now, if I didn't have Aku Aku protecting me, I would basically be killed if I touched the mines without Aku Aku. Just like a normal death if I touched mine while running. Man, we are doing good on these levels. We've already got 3 crystals and like 4 gems? Yeah, 4 gems. Damn. We're doing good. I love that dance. I'm sorry. That dance is great.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Alright. So, I think, you know what? This is a good point in the video to end this first episode of Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of Crash 2. If you enjoyed it, do please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!